Coming up on First at 4, the efforts of firefighters have made a difference in the number of forest fires in the mountains. We'll get an update on the situation. And one Knox Central graduate who entered the Navy returns home to tell students about her experiences in the academy.
Plus, a soggy and breezy night is on tap across the region. Your first alert forecast coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, it's been a busier than normal forest fire season across the mountains. Kentucky forestry officials say in all, 266 fires have burned nearly 34,000 acres. But as of today, there are officially no active fires. Kentucky Division of Forestry Wildfire Mitigation Specialist Kesley Baker says folks need to remain aware not just until the fall fire season ends on December 15th, but beyond.
You know, anytime you burn outdoors, you need to check the weather first before you do anything, because even if it's after 6 p.m., if you have high winds, it may still not be safe.
Baker says they always like to remind folks of the saying, learn before you burn, encouraging folks to ensure the environment is safe as they prepare to burn. And as of today, several total burn bans remain in effect.
Well, as that drought continues to worsen across the region, we are tracking some much needed showers across the region as we go into late tonight, also on Tuesday. Also tracking some breezy winds as well. But right now on first alert pinpoint Doppler, only a few spotty showers and light patches of drizzle across the mountains right now. Zooming into portions of Wayne County, also into McCreary and Willie County as well. A few light sprinkles there. Also maybe a few light patches of drizzle close to Jenkins and Letcher County, also into Pike counties as well. But like we talked about earlier today, we are not expecting that widespread rain until we go into late tonight, also early on Tuesday. All thanks to this upper level low that is spinning close to Oklahoma City, also producing some severe weather this afternoon for Texas, also Louisiana. No severe weather for our region, but we are tracking some widespread showers, also some breezy weather as we go into late tonight, also early on Tuesday. We could see up to or possibly more than 1 inch of rain under those heavier pockets of showers, and possibly up to 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts in those higher elevations. Those details plus your full 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Cameron, thanks. A Knox Central High School alumnus currently attending the U.S. Naval Academy returned to the region to share stories of her experience. Leanna Osborne graduated from Knox Central in 2019. She was accepted into the Naval Academy, where she is majoring in political science and minoring in Arabic. Osborne returned to speak to students at the high school. She says her hometown was a big help in getting her ready for the academy.
The great thing about this area is the sense of community, and I felt that here, and once I visited the Naval Academy, it was confirmed. I knew I'd have that sense of community at the Naval Academy too, and it was something I craved, I think, coming from a special town like Barberville, and it's been fulfilled since being at the Naval Academy.
Osborne will graduate in the spring of 2024 and plans to serve the country afterwards. We'll have more on her story tonight at 6. This weekend, the loss of an American legend. Former First Lady and humanitarian champion Rosalind Carter died after a brief battle with dementia. CBS's Wendy Gillette has more on the outpouring of support she's received.
Former First Lady Rosalind Carter was known as the Steel Magnolia when she first arrived in Washington. Outwardly shy, but the force behind her beloved husband Jimmy. She helped propel him to the White House and stood by his side for more than 75 years. On Sunday, she died at 96 years old. President Biden spoke about the Carters before boarding Air Force One on Sunday.
They're really an incredible family because they brought so much grace to the office.
First Lady Jill Biden also commented on Carter's death.
She was well known for her efforts on mental health and caregiving and women's rights.
Former President Barack Obama wrote on X, Rosalind Carter's life is a reminder that no matter who we are, our legacies are best measured not in awards or accolades, but in the lives we touch. And former President Bill Clinton wrote, Rosalind Carter was a compassionate and committed champion of human dignity everywhere. Republicans, including former President Donald Trump, are also sharing their thoughts. Trump posted online that Carter was a devoted First Lady and a beloved wife to her husband for 77 years. Former President George W. Bush posted, there was no greater advocate of President Carter. Fellow GOP presidential candidates also extended their sympathies.
It's obviously a sad day when she is passed, but at the same time, there's a lot to celebrate in terms of an example that they set for young men and women across this country.
Carter entered hospice care on Friday following a diagnosis of dementia in May, dying just 2 days later. Her husband has been in hospice care since February. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Rosalind Carter's funeral, we understand, is set for Wednesday of next week and will be open to family and invited friends only. More public events are scheduled for next Monday and Tuesday, including her lying in repose at the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library and Museum. Hear about her legacy with Habitat for Humanity, including some time spent here in Eastern Kentucky, in our next half hour. But straight ahead on First at 4, the busiest travel day of the year is coming up Wednesday. What transportation officials say has changed this year and what drivers need to know.
Plus, we could see winds between 30 and 50 miles per hour by tonight. The details on a wind advisory coming up after this break.